What's up, everybody? It's Justin at Empire Music and EmpireMusic.com. Today we're taking a look at a pair of Castedosas just arrived from our friends Carlos and Stephanie Lopez, all the way in California, from them to us and from us to you. So let's get into it. We've been selling Castedosa for, I think at this point, it's almost been a couple of years since the birth of the Castedosa name. And if you don't subscribe to our channel, it's just do all that now, subscribe. We've done a lot of content on these guitars. We've had Carlos and Stephanie Lopez here in this studio talking about these guitars and the story of Castedosa. It's a very compelling story, and they're very compelling guitars. We're really big fans here at Empire. So, you know, if you do subscribe, then you've seen some of the content that we've done. Anthony and I have visited, you know, the production spot of these guitars at the Lopez residence. Truly special guitars, a lot of soul, a lot of character, and there's a lot to get into. So let's get into it. Again, these guys just came in. Pair of Mariannas off the line. So consecutive serial numbers, we got 225 and 224. So 224 is a Marianna in a aged three-tone sunburst, and the one I'm holding is a Marianna Standard as well. This is in an aged Cadillac green metallic, which tough to choose out of the pair, but if I had to choose today, I would choose this one. Up close, we'll get some shots of this guitar. There's some subtle metallic flake in the finish, and it is just, Carlos's aesthetic with his builds is, it's really second to none. I suggest, you know, jump in, look at our inventory. We're gonna have a lot of Castedosa coming in this year. We're very excited about it, excited to share it with you. So let's get into the Marianna Standard. The Marianna, obviously a T-type guitar, Telecaster style. Carlos does a few variations of the Marianna. He does a custom, does a semi-hollow. We've had a carved top in here, and the Standard with, you know, more traditional tele pickups, and then something like this with a mini bucker and a more traditional kind of vintage voiced single coil in the bridge. One of my favorite features about Carlos's guitars are the electronics, and really how similarly both pickups are voiced. On this guitar, it might be, they're voiced a little bit differently because they're two different pickups, but they still live in the same, under the same roof, so to speak. You're not going to flip from one pickup to the other and get a totally different sounding instrument. They're voiced very similarly. His HH guitars, especially, that's a great feature. I find they blend very well together. They give you a lot of variance while not sounding too different at the same time, if that makes sense. But these sound awesome. We'll get into some playing samples here in a minute, but let's go over the rest of the guitar. We have a really comfortable neck. This is a V-shaped neck. To me, similar to maybe a 1056 V. So it starts with the V a little more pronounced in the first position, and as the neck goes up, it tapers to more of a C shape in the upper portion of the neck. So super comfortable and super beautiful neck. He does I believe it's called the mole burst on these, and they are just lights out. Again, the aesthetic. Someone that's been a master builder for as long as Carlos, he's got it dialed in. These are guitars that you want to pick up and you don't want to put them down. I know that sounds salesy, but you can't oversell these guitars. They're a real joy to play. 6-in-line Kluson Deluxe tuners at the top, ivory bound neck. Another choice that Carlos made on this guitar that is just an awesome builder's choice. That could easily go overlooked would be the bridge on this guitar. It's a Callahan vintage style Telecaster bridge. If you haven't seen one of these or played a guitar with one, you know, at first glance they look like a traditional tele bridge. One cool feature on these, the top quarter of the bridge plate, the side of the plate, I don't know if there's whatever the name would be for that, side of the ashtray, so to speak, is cut away. So makes for a really nice playing experience. The bridge itself has a decent amount of mass to the bridge plate, so it tames the high end on the guitar a little bit, which is nice. Increased volume, increased sustain. It's one of those choices, of a feature set that I think really adds to the overall character and the value of this guitar. One other electronic feature that would be easy to pass up here, the tone knob I find on Carlos's guitars is very usable. It doesn't go, it gives you a long taper. You have a lot of play in between where you can really dial back the treble on this guitar without getting woofy. Again, just one of those little details that just makes this guitar that much better than the rest. So let's start with the TS mini bucker in the neck. And again, I'll play through it and work the tone knob a little bit as well. There we hit the bottom of the tone. I find that to be still a very usable tone musically. As I work it up, and that's the top. So wide open tone, about halfway, almost all the way down. All right, middle position. Let's work that tone down a little bit. There's tone all the way down. All right, bridge position. Wide open. All right, let's get into it with a little bit of overdrive. I'm not really going to work the tone on this one. We'll cycle through just to get some understanding of how these pickups sound with a little dirt. Middle position. Lots to love about this guitar tone-wise. Find them honestly a real joy to play. That's hard to overstate, like I said earlier. Unparalleled playing experience, master built quality. If you have any questions about this guitar, please call us. If you want to buy the pair, send these siblings home together. We would love that too. Back-to-back serials. We'll get you a good deal. Again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you next time.